Here is a non-surprise. I have Facebook. I also have YouTube. Some of those folks don't know that I additionally have Facebook, so I needed to make the point. If you want to travel over to my Facebook from YouTube, you are welcome to by going to the link shown at the bottom of the screen. Or, if you're lucky enough to be watching this on a desktop, by clicking the link that is popped up in the upper right-hand corner. But I warn you, my Facebook is entirely politics. If you are on Facebook and want to travel over to my YouTube, you can do so by clicking the link in the video description. But I warn you, my YouTube has no central theme, unlike Facebook. So why do I mention having Facebook? Because a friend on Facebook shared one of those listicles of fascinating facts about Americans. She focused on global warming and stated in her summary that not enough Americans believe in climate change. I would like to address that. It may just be pedantic of me, but you can't really believe in climate change. It isn't something metaphysical requiring faith, for which there is no sensory or measurable evidence. Faith is for the metaphysical, which cannot be investigated by science. There is scientific evidence for climate change, more so than there is for Santa. And I know that Santa is a training course in dogmatic belief, or faith, for most Americans, because most Americans are Christians. So perhaps this is a vocabulary problem. Perhaps the problem is that the scientifically illiterate need some turn of phrase to encapsulate the idea of being down with climate change. That turn of phrase is accepts. So the proper way to state her assertion would be, more Americans need to accept climate change. But why wouldn't Americans accept climate change? It truly isn't difficult to say, cool story, bro, to someone presenting a wealth of evidence that the long-term weather patterns of Earth, also known as climate, are changing. Even just from personal experience, it's obvious that the weather of our youth isn't the weather of our now. That means it changed. I suspect that these Americans don't want to accept responsibility for causing climate change, which is a separate topic and totally fine. No one likes accepting responsibility. The reason that someone taking responsibility quickly and without condition is so noteworthy,
I take full responsibility,
is because it is so rare. We don't like to be the cause of anyone's distress. We're empathic. We also have as tools available to our brain, magical thinking and delusions. And to aid that magical thinking, the scientific data don't simply point to one source for climate change that we are all experiencing. So it appears to be providing us with an out from that difficult responsibility thing. But everyone else was doing it. We cry as we point to solar flares and the natural warming cooling cycles of the Earth. Aren't you gonna shame astronomical bodies too? Here's a tip. It ain't about shame. That is at best a switch track and at worst a deflection. No one cares about your feelings or the fact that this information makes you uncomfortable. You aren't being bullied. You are, however, a wonderfully empathic person if this new information makes you uncomfortable. And for that, I thank you. Keep being you. But back to the point. We might not be responsible for all of climate change, but rather than pointing fingers, maybe we ought to, stop doing the stuff we are doing that's contributing. Let us not let the perfect be the enemy of the good here. If we all just sat down and realized that not helping when we have the ability to help, note I said help, not solve, makes us assholes, maybe climate change wouldn't be so controversial. Find that reasonable? My name is Jen, and I'm running for president. No one cares about your feelings. Makes us assholes. My name is Jen, and I am running for president. No one likes accepting responsibility. Find that reasonable? No one cares about your feelings. My name is Jen. Makes us assholes. Why are all these pointing fingers white? Kinda accurate, though. And I'm running for president. Maybe climate change wouldn't be so controversial. Please, keep being you. Makes us assholes.